Good evening, viewers. You're watching EriTV and welcome to English News Broadcast. The major headlines. The Minister of Agriculture called on farming community to properly gather animal feed. Rahawa painting plant striving to boost production. WikiLeaks has released almost 400,000 secret U.S. military records. And Greece and Turkey agreed to cooperate on illegal immigration. The Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Arifin Berha, called on the farming community in the southern region to properly gather and ensure animal feed in line with the ongoing activities in crop harvesting. In the course of a visit conducted to Araza subzone accompanied by the regional administrator, Mr. Mustafa Nur Hussein, the minister observed farmlands which are in a promising condition. Mr. Arifin called on farmers to properly follow up the condition of the farmlands until they are successfully reaped. The minister further highlighted the need for effectively gathering the grasses in rangelands. Mr. Mustafa Nur Hussein said that land leveling and other effective activities carried out before the onset of the rainy season have already borne tangible outcome. Noting that farmlands are in a good condition thanks to this year's good rainy season, the administrator stressed the need for properly supervising the selected sorghum seeds which have been planted in different parts of the subzone. Rahawa painting plant is working diligently in undertaking research study on ways of boosting production not only to meet local market but also for export purposes, besides upgrading the skill of staff members, according to Mr. Solomon Tesfa Girgis, general manager of the plant. He said the plant is now in a position of boosting production both in terms of quality and quantity, owing to the continued study being undertaken. Mr. Solomon further said that the plant has the capacity of producing about 16 different types of painting for building, textiles, leather products and other materials, in addition to mixing more than 400 chemicals. He said a plastic container producing machine is playing due role in saving hard currency. Head of Production Department at the plant, Mr. Berhanet Sagai, said caution measures need to be applied while mixing chemicals for painting. Hearing Impaired Association's branch office has opened Brantu town so that members in Gashbaka region could familiarize themselves and jointly address social problems. In a meeting held in the town in which hearing impaired individuals from Akordat, Haikota and Barantu took part, the chairman of the Hearing Impaired Association in the region, Mr. Hadish Tadesa, gave a lecture on various issues. He said the newly opened office is exerting efforts towards tackling the problems encountered by the members and said there are about 2,000 hearing impaired persons in the region, noting that the branch office would strive in organizing hearing impaired individuals in all parts of the region, including remote areas. Mr. Hadish called on the society to make increased contribution in encouraging them become competitive and productive citizens. Failure of teachers to begin classes on time, the respective schools and TO is causing workload, according to Arena correspondent. The teachers who began classes at the right time said a number of teachers have failed to start classes on time, which in turn caused extra burden to cover the teachers' portions. The director of TO school, Mr. Mohammed Ismail Musa, called on teachers to respect the noble teaching profession and relieve fellow teachers from working extra hours. TO Elementary School is providing education opportunity to 410 students, out of whom 119 are females. The chairman of the Southern Red Sea Regional Administration Assembly, Mr. Ali Nur Ali, said the number of individuals living in streets has dramatically dropped thanks to the government's endeavors to expand a credible social service and improve the people's standard of living, coupled with the society's noble culture of mutual collaboration. Speaking at a lecture given in Asab town, he said the cherished values of the Eritrean society and vigorous efforts of the government are making significant contribution in tackling social problems and alleviating the burden of those living in the streets. The Director General of Infrastructure Development and Social Service in the region, Mr. Ande Mikhail Solomon, said there exists no person who lives in streets except in Asab town. The ones in Asab town could also have been easily assisted to lead a normal and better life. He further called on the public to enhance contribution in combating combating prostitution and living in streets. Branch head of the Ministry of Labor and Human Welfare in the region, Mr. Mohammed Jabir, said various training courses and assistances have been extended since 2005 in support of street children. That's our domestic news. We'll be back with the international. Please stay tuned.